Hi, today's the topic of the day is how to face a job interview. In generally, job interviews are two types. One is online and the second is physical mode. Nowadays, most of the people and companies are conducting the interviews in virtual mode. So most of the companies are taking this is a final interview. Some companies are taking this is a round one process. If a person qualified in online interview, they will be taken into second round, that is physical mode, face to face. So the virtual mode of interview is also a most important in our job interview to get a job. So how to face this virtual mode interview by way of applying some tips. So what are the most important tips to qualify in a first round of virtual mode? So it is depend upon your personal skills and technology skills. So for that, we have to inculcate to learn a master in virtual mode how to face an interview. The first tip is do a test run with your computer or laptop or mobile. In this day and age, technology can be overwhelming, and with online interviews especially, you need to feel comfortable using whichever method your prospective employee prefers, like Zoom, Skype, Google Meet, like that. Once you are comfortable with the program you will be using, it is a good idea to test your internet connection as well as your audio and sound capabilities to make the everything work properly. You are preparing well, but your internet connection is poor. The voice will not reach to the interviewer. So automatically we will get some bad impression on that interview. So before entering into the Zoom or Google Meet or the virtual mode of interview, you have to ask the question of HR. What do I do or who do I call if I start having a technical difficulties in between the interview or before? Then you will peacefully sit in the chair and you can give answers peacefully. So that is the main important tip. And the second tip is pick the perfect spot for lighting. The lighting is also most important. Make sure it is not too dark, but also stay away from overhead lights during the interview. If you are putting a overhead lights that will gives blur in your screen, they are unable to see your face clearly. So if you can, if possible, try to settle down near a window with your face toward the light. You always want to put your best foot forward. So most of the times you prefer natural light that will give natural colors. So automatically interviewer will be attention on what you are saying, not attention on your light. So the third trick is forgo virtual backgrounds. Virtual backgrounds are most important. Most of the people are preferred a plain screen backside. That gives most important on interviewer to ask the questions and peacefully. And you may feel tempted to pick out of a cute background on the platform, but don't. Backgrounds are distracting and unprofessional for a first time meeting. In fact, you want to choose the most professional area of your home for the interview. Feel free to stage it just for the interview. And the fourth step is remove distractions. Silence anything that could interfere with your conversation, including your phone and email notification on your computer. While you are giving interview, you are getting so many of notification by way of WhatsApp, by way of emails, that will distract your interview skills. It is rude to be interrupted during an interview unless you have an emergency situation that your potential employer is already going to be aware of that. So be cautious about your message alerts and email alerts while you are especially taking online interview by way of virtual mode in your phone. And the fifth tip is log on early and test setup. So most of the people are entering into the Zoom session or Google Meet of the virtual mode, especially at particular time. No, you prepare to enter before 10 minutes. Being on time is really being about 10 minutes early for a virtual first time interview. You may want to make sure you are ready to go 15 to 20 minutes early. If this sounds like a lot, just remember, in a normal interview, you would probably be getting ready, driving, parking, and finding the right room before the interview. So in normal interview also, you will be there before 10 to 15 minutes where you want to park your vehicle, and you have to go before the interview time. So same like you have to arrive in front of the virtual desk. In this situation, setting up the computer and logging in is essential, the parking part of your interview process. Make sure everything works, and then you can hang out until about 5 to 10 minutes before the scheduled time. And sit up and dress professionally. Most of the people are thought that yeah, I am attending for an online interview, so they don't unable to see my lower portion of the class. Don't sit like that. Just as if you are attending to physical mode, just aware that is dress is an important factor in interview. Even though you are not meeting your interviewer in person, make sure to dress for success. Sit up straight. First impression matters. The first impression is the best impression, and your appearance can really make or break yours. So that is most important. And maintain good postures and feel more confident, put you in a better mood, and communicates openness. The good postures give you a confidence. And the seventh tip is calm your nerves. Practice your main talking points of your nerves and remember to slow down. It can be easy to talk over people on online calls. You may need to be slightly louder and more emphatic than you would be in person, since the screen is going to reduce a little bit of the impact you would have in person. So before the interview, try standing in power poses to channel your nerves into feel good energy, since has shown that these poses can help you think on the go and perform well under stress. If you are having any stress, take a deep breath and you practice deep breath technique. It will give more energy. And come to the part of 8 point. Look your interviewer in the eye. In physical mode, what is the important point in a physical mode? Eye to eye contact is very, very important. When interview is looking some other way, interviewer observing what he can observe, what he understand. So eye to eye contact, but not staring, just eye to eye contact is very, very important. Same virtual mode is also like that. In the online environment, eye contact is most important, even though it is not true eye contact. Where you have to look, instead of looking at the person on the screen, look directly into the webcam and stay engaged. It can be tricky to look at the camera when you see a person on the screen. But looking at the screen will make you look like you are staring down. So you have to look on particularly webcam. If you are unable to look at a webcam of your laptop or phone, then you have to arrange a webcam direct straight away of the laptop. So that will give more impact. So if you are uncomfortable, put a picture of someone you know up by the webcam. This way you feel as though you are chatting with a friend. If you have a webcam and a stand, you can even place it in front of the person's face to make this a little easier to look at the camera. And the ninth tip is listen carefully. So in virtual mode, listen carefully is very important. By way of disturbances in our network process, you are unable to get the voice from the interviewer, or you are unable to give answer to the interview. As interview, it will gives more impact on your interview. It is easy to miss something important during an interview. It's also sometimes very difficult to interrupt without an embarrassing mess of overlapping sound bites. So avoid wide situation by jotting down keywords or short reminder phrases. If you want to remember a point or circle back to ask a question, try not to let your note taking interfere with the flow of the interview. If you do miss something that was said, make sure you ask. And the 10th tip is use engaged body language. So in physical mode of interview, the interviewer can definitely observe your physical body language. Your body language says whether how much you are interested in that particular interview. Your attitude will show on your body language. Same to same in virtual mode also, they are observing how you are sitting, how you are using your body language. Similar to the power poses, using engaged body language during the interview is going to help you answer with confidence and energy. Even if the calls is just over the phone, the right posture will help you sound more friendly, open and sure of yourself. Just think and imagine, if nobody can see you, there is no camera, how you can sit and talk? If you can sit like if you are thinking that in front of you someone is seeing and spying, then you can slightly sit up and talk. Automatically your voice will be changed. Someone is watching, so you have to sit straight properly and give your answer properly also. So on the flip side, slouching can cause you to feel tired and want to be done. Crossing your arms or your legs will look like you are fully engaged and can actually cause a kind of mental block that makes it hard to really take in the information. So the next tip is don't rely on notes. While you might take a few notes of your own during the interview, some of the people have done this mistake and virtual mode. Always they are seeing notes by way of asking interviewer question. When the interviewer asking question, they are staring at the notes. No, don't do that. Make a bullet point of notes, make a keywords of the note, what questions will come, what you have to give answer, prepare a keyword, prepare a brief bullet point of notes. That is enough. That is enough. If the actual figure and facts are very important, then you can read it in your research, what you have done the research in your particular subject, you can tell by way of seeing the facts and figures. And be yourself. The another tip is be yourself. You want to come across as genuine and authentic during an interview. This is your opportunity to express yourself off paper. Your resume already got your foot into the door. Now you get to show who you are as an individual. Being overly stiff is a pretty common response to nerves. Try to loosen up your mindset and take cues from your interviewer. When you choose your outfit for the meeting, for example, try to dress professionally without crashing your personal life. So, knowing who you are as a professional is really important. Stop and think deeply about your personal strengths, weaknesses and traits. You can even make a list ahead of time to get your thoughts organized. These are likely going to be questions asked during the interview always. When you have a better feel for what you want to communicate, you will be better enabled to let your strengths naturally shine through. And the another tip is make a connection. Nerves may make you naturally focus on yourself, knowing that is probably going to be the case. Make sure you pay special attention to the interviewer. Try to pick up on cue from him or her. Making a personal connection over interests, hobbies, or even the weather can help you start building the professional relationship in the interview. And one more tip is that write down the most important questions beforehand. Prepare by doing some research on the company and industry. Try to think of 5 good questions that are not about salary or benefits. And it should be, you can have those too, but they are too easy. So most of the sites are giving information regarding the questions, how questions will come in a virtual mode, how to prepare. Don't prepare lengthy answers. Prepare brief and crispy. They don't let the interviewer know you have done your homework and you are serious about the job. That is the most important. If you practice these tips for your online interview, definitely you will be qualified in your interview. All the best. Don't miss the part 2 of this video that will contain how the interviewer asking a general question in online interviews with how to prepare answers to that questions. Don't miss it. Thank you.